how do you approach the first game coming off a break like this? I know you guys didn't have a hectic January, right? You had a lot of 2 days in between, but a little bit longer. So what's the approach as a coach for you?
Well, fortunately, we had a little practice time. Usually it's maybe a practice, then right into playing games. So we had 2 days of just kind of allowing the guys touching the puck and getting their legs under them. And a little touch on systems, but we're just, I don't know, treating it like every other game. And obviously, Vegas is a very good hockey team, and it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a good hockey game. And we just need to kind of hopefully bring our game that we've been playing previously to the break.
Kris, would it almost have been easier not to have this break come up at this point?
There's, I guess it all depends on how we respond and how we play, but I think usually when you're on a winning streak, you don't want it to break up. But I think it was good for our guys to recharge, and it looked like we were just kind of limping in, just doing enough just to win hockey games. You know, very rarely I would say we're on a winning streak and let's have that break, but I think this time I think it'll be good for us.
Do you have an idea of like what your team's looking like based on their 2 practices, or do you actually have to kind of see them in a game before you have a good assessment of where you guys are at after this break?
I liked our energy. Everyone's feeling good, obviously rested. The execution's usually a little off after a week of not being on the ice, but for not practicing for a week and them being on vacation, them coming back, I was very happy with the practices that we had.
And the fact that this is a big game for multiple reasons. As a coach, does it make you, I don't know if optimistic is the right word, but just like feeling like you guys are going to be ready because this is the Golden Knights, defending Stanley Cup champions, the team this team lost to last year?
I think the guys are aware of this being a good team, and yeah, the streak that's one thing, but I think it's just ultimately we had a pretty good first half and things have been going well, and us just wanting to continue that momentum as long as we can.
Kris, it's something that it hasn't happened in Edmonton, well, maybe ever in 20, 30 plus years, where a coach was more excited about his defensive game, not more excited, but satisfied with the defensive play, and was like maybe one a little bit more offensively, as far as, less turnovers in the offensive zone you were talking about before the break. What's impressed you most about your team's ability to buy into what you and Paul have wanted to teach defensively?
We've been very happy with the commitments on just the small little details, and usually good defensive teams. It's a lot of the things are just being able to do the things that don't take takes little talent to do, whether it's just stopping on pucks, winning a battle, getting the shooting lane, back checking hard, all those little things. And the guys have bought in, and they've been doing a heck of a job doing that. As the month of January wore on, I think where we broke down defensively wasn't necessarily defensive details, is more on puck management. And whether that was making a bad play in the defensive zone or the offensive zone, that's usually where our troubles started. And our guys are never going to play a perfect game. There's never going to be a non-turnover game, and we don't want to play that kind of game because we're going to stifle a lot of offensive opportunities. And with the team that we have, we want to encourage our guys to make plays, and occasionally as coaching staff we have to understand that there's going to be breakdowns, and we just got to do a better job of managing when to try and make those plays and when it's not there.
Kris, when you off a break like this, is it actually preferable to start on a road trip like this?
I think so. I've always enjoyed starting on the road, whether it's after a break. It's certainly starting the start of the season. I like to just getting away and the guys spending some time together, and just it's easier to just play hockey, especially with my role as a coach. It's easier being on the road that you can just allow your lines just to roll, and you're not really worried about the matchup so much. And it just takes the pressure off of everyone that they're up and they're going to go out and perform on their shift.
Not that long ago, this team was, people were looking at it and saying, they'd be lucky to sneak into a wild card spot, and now the goals have obviously changed. You guys have a chance to win your division. So can you kind of talk about the importance of that, and maybe playing a team right away that's ahead of you?
We're going to try and win as many games as we can, and we don't want to push so hard that we waste up all our energy and chasing that first place in our division. That'd be great, and if that happens, that happens. But ultimately, we want to just be getting better every day and putting ourselves in a position to have success in the playoffs. That's the ultimate goal.